we have writer, performer, campaigner, co-founder of Stokes Writer, the wonderful Mel Ciavucco!
Campaigner, I like that. That's good. All right, I'm going to lower the tone a little bit, so sorry about that. I know, I do that. This is a story about why you should never go on a diet. It's called Office Meat. It's 11:42 a.m. I am absolutely starving. I just need to make it to midday. That's the earliest I can possibly get away with going for lunch without the others commenting. Karen regularly offers to staple my stomach for me, literally a do-it-yourself tummy tuck with one of the office staplers. Oh, she's hilarious. I had blueberries for breakfast. That's not even a real breakfast. I had one rice cracker at 10 a.m. That's not even real food. I look at the clock in the corner of my computer screen. It's still 11:42. Maybe it's wrong. Can the time be wrong on my computer? I check my phone just in case. No, it's still 11:42. I glance around the room. Colin is leaning back on his chair, on the phone, saying lots of sentences that start with, well, actually. Karen is staring intently at something on her desk. She's probably admiring her collection of staplers. Carol isn't here. Wait, why? Surely she's not having lunch already. If she is, then I'm totally allowed to have mine, that bitch. For the last week and a half, my new regime has been get up at 5 a.m, go to the gym, go to work, watch Love Island, sleep, repeat. I wish I could eat a giant bar of dairy milk and drink an entire bottle of Pinot Grigio every night to forget about this stupid soul-destroying office job, but I remind myself that I'll never look like the girls on Love Island if I do. Yesterday, I cut out all the pictures of skinny women from all my magazines and stuck them on the fridge. I know they're photoshopped, but it still does a great job of reminding me that I'm a lard arse. Not that my dad will ever let me forget that anyway. Right, I'm just going to go for lunch. Who cares what they think? I'm too hungry. I push up to my feet. I actually feel dizzy. Oh God, will I die? Well, I didn't die on all the other diets, but I felt like I was going to die. I quietly sneak around the desk, glancing at the others. Lunch already, Jules? Karen asks. New diet hitting you hard, is it? My name is fucking Julie, I say in my head. They've been calling me Jules for so long now, it'd just be too awkward to correct them. Well, it's near enough 12, I say, heading to the door. I can feel her eyes on my back as I walk. She's judging me for being a greedy fat bitch, I just know it. She's probably holding back vomit at the sight of my wobbling arse. In the kitchen, Carol is looking peak mumsy today in her pastel blue cardigan, and she's making a cup of coffee. Oh, I didn't think it was lunchtime already, she says, looking me not so subtly up and down. She is just the worst. She usually critiques everything I eat for lunch. She gives me tips on how to wear more flattering clothes to cover my tummy. I hate the word tummy, it's for 5-year-olds. Been to the gym today, she continues. Hope you're working on toning those arms. You might be able to flap away with those bingo wings otherwise. My hands curl into fists as she chuckles to herself. Colin walks in. Ladies, he announces, and goes to the fridge and pulls out a triple-layered sandwich with mayonnaise oozing against a cling film. He puts it on the table, along with the carrier bag in his hand. He takes out a can of Coke, a packet of crisps, and a Yorkie bar. Some people prefer chocolate straight from the fridge, he tells us, but I like it soft so it melts in their mouth more easily. He smacks his lips and a blob of saliva sticks to his beard. He pulls the chair out, way out. He needs room for his belly. Nobody in the office gives a fuck what Colin eats. Nobody cares that he's fat. Well, lucky you, Carol says. We ladies don't get to enjoy such things. She glances at me. Colin, you probably shouldn't be eating things like that in front of Jules. We wouldn't want her to break her diet now, would we? I grind my teeth and feel my nails pressing into my palms. Food, I think, just get the salad out of the fridge. I look at Colin as he takes a bite out of his humongous sandwich. I would literally kill to eat bread right now. Karen appears. Oh, good on you, Jules, she said, looking down at my salad. Oh, great, everyone's here now. It's just salad, I blurt. Yes, but think about how slim and beautiful you're going to be. Colin laughs. Can salads work miracles now? What did he just say? Oh, just joking, love. He genuinely looks a bit scared. I must be doing some kind of death stare at him. Oh, come on, it's just a joke. You know, I think you're lovely just as you are. Us gentlemen like a cuddly woman, a bit of meat on the bones. Yeah. What's that saying? Karen said, only dogs like bones, real men like meat. Like Karen would know. She's one of those annoying spare ribs from the Chinese takeaway, barely worth nibbling at for its tiny bit of flesh. There you go, Jules, Carol says. Some men like voluptuous women. You might still find Prince Charming after all. The fire is rising within me, and I feel like I'm going to burst. I mean, it could just be my stomach rumbling, but I feel like it's saying, kill the bastards, kill the fucking bastards. I take a deep breath. I've told you several times before, I say, trying to put on my stern voice, I do not care if men fancy me. I do not fancy men. Well, Carol says, picking up her coffee, what you do at home is... No! I scream, no longer able to contain the rage, jumping to my feet. I lunge towards her, knock the coffee out of her hand and send it flying all over Karen's blouse. I open my Tupperware box and tip the salad over Carol's head as she squeals, and then I repeatedly bash her over the head with the Tupperware. Karen is too busy crying about the coffee down her blouse. Colin is just sitting there with a mouthful of sandwich. So I grab Carol by the hair and drag her over to the fridge. I open the fridge door and push her head inside, then repeatedly slam the fridge door again in her face. It feels incredible. Colin finishes chewing, then jumps up and tries to grab me. I twist out of his grip, and I'm surprised, or am I, that he's still holding his sandwich. Fuck off, Colin, I shout. I pick off one of the chairs and whack it hard around his head. It knocks him out clean. I stare at the chair, impressed with my own strength. Carol is groaning on the floor, her face turning shades of red and purple. Right. Karen, where is that staple-loving bitch? I grab some forks out of the cutlery drawer and burst through the door into the office. She's trying to hide behind a desk, the stupid cow. Karen, I call, stand up and put your hands where I can see them. She stands up, her hands reaching in the air, one of them holding a stapler. Jules, listen, my name is not fucking Jules, I scream as I run over to it. It's Julie! I grab the stapler out of her hands, put her pinky finger in it and press down hard. Ow, she says, though the staple didn't actually even break the skin. I push her over onto the floor and straddle her on the ground. She screams as I push one hand over her head and stab a fork in the middle of it, pinning it to the carpet. I do the same with the other hand. I have one fork left. Karen's eyes widen and I see my opportunity. I tighten my grip on the fork and push it straight into her left eye. Her scream becomes shrill and I shake in amusement and wonder. I've seen it done in films, but in real life it's incredible. It went right through the eyeball. Wait, what would happen if I took it out now? I yank on the fork and the whole eyeball comes out. I laugh in amazement. Karen's still screaming, which is getting really annoying, to be honest. I move up and position my arse over her face so her screams are muffled. I stare at the eyeball, at the red tendrils hanging down, and I remember how hungry I am. So hungry. I lick the eyeball just to see what it tastes like. It's kind of slimy, but it doesn't taste of that much. Fuck it. I pop the whole thing in my mouth, and pop it goes. Gooey mixture seeps out and fills my mouth. I suddenly wonder how many calories I have. No, fuck calories. Fuck Karen, fuck Colin, and fuck Carol. Karen stopped moving now. Finally, my fat arse is pretty handy at times. I get up and grab the sellotape off my desk and go back to the kitchen. This time, I get a knife out of the drawer, a sharp one, none of this butter knife malarkey. Carol staggers to her feet. Lunchtime's over, I say, and stab her right in the gut. I push her over onto the other side of the kitchen and she whimpers as she slides down the wall. Colin starts to groan as he comes to. Dragging him over to the table, I grab his hands, raise them above his head, either side of the table leg, and wrap sellotape tightly around his wrists. I then wrestle his kicking legs down and tape his ankles together. Well, Colin, I'm so glad that you like cuddly women. How jolly decent of you. I rip his shirt open, buttons popping all over the floor. You see, I'm quite partial to a fillet of male privilege with a side of entitlement. I cut a slice off the side of his belly and he cries out in pain. I try not to drop the slimy piece of meat as I lower it into my mouth, just like chicken, but fattier in this case. I look up and down Colin's body, deciding what to eat next. I slice off his nipple. His screams turn to squeals. The nipple is not very tasty, it's a bit too grisly. He starts to thrash around, so I straddle him, facing away from his face. I undo his belt and unzip his flies. I yamp down his trousers and his boxers to expose his flaccid penis. I hover my knife over the top. No, God, no, Colin screams as I stare down at his pathetic, shriveled cock and wrinkly ball sack. I contemplate for a few moments. Nah, I'd never be that hungry. I get up, grab his hair, or what's left of it, and pull his head back and slice his neck from ear to ear. Blood gushes out over the kitchen. And I drop the knife, noticing the remains of Colin's sandwich on the floor. All that creamy mayonnaise. I snatch it up and take a massive bite. The blood from my hands covers the sandwich, but I just keep eating until it's all gone. I rinse out my Tupperware tub and consider which bits of Colin I might like to take home for dinner. But the blood and the shriveled cock, it's a little bit off-putting, to be honest. Fuck this, I say to myself. I'm just going to get some pizza instead.